Good morning students of class 7. In this video we will study about unit 6, that is physical and chemical changes. Introduction to the chapter. Every day we come across many changes that are taking place all around us. These changes may involve one or more than one substances. Sometimes milk becomes sour. Souring of milk is a change. Making a sugar solution is a change. Similarly, setting of curd from milk is a change. Broadly, these changes are of two kinds: physical changes and chemical changes. Some changes that we have noticed around us are melting of ice, making of ice cream, or melting of wax, stretching of a rubber band, evaporation of water, cutting of paper, breaking of glass pane, bending of glass tube, or boiling of water, etc. So, we will study first of all about the physical changes. In a physical change, a substance undergoes changes only in its physical properties such as shape, size, color and state, and no new substance is formed. In the figure, the examples of physical changes are given: crushing a can, melting of ice cube, boiling of water. All these etc. are examples of physical changes. First example is melting of ice. Second example in the figure, boiling of water. Dissolving sugar in the water is also the example of physical changes. Cutting of paper, it is also considered as a physical change. Melting of ice again is considered a physical change. Change in the state from ice to water and water to gas, it is an example of physical change. Crushing of a tablet, it is also an example of physical change. First, we shall perform some activities to show that physical changes that are taking place all around us. We will perform this first activity. Cut a piece of paper in 4 square pieces. Cut each square piece into further 4 pieces. Lay these pieces on the floor or a table so that pieces acquire the shape of the original paper. In activity 1, as shown in the figure, you saw that paper undergoes the changes in size. No new substance is formed. Only there is a change in size of the paper. So, it is considered as physical change. Next activity is, you have to collect the chalk dust lying on the floor near the blackboard in your classroom, or crush a small piece of chalk into dust. Add a little water to the dust to make the paste. Roll it into the shape of a piece of chalk. Let it dry. So after drying, you will see that it undergoes the change in the chalk undergoes the change in size. So again it is a physical change. In activity 3, you have to take some ice as shown in the figure in a glass or plastic tumbler. Then you have to melt some portion of ice by placing the tumbler in the sun. You have now a mixture of ice and water. Now and after that you have to place it in the freezer. What happens? Does the water become solid ice once again? So we will find the answer of this in the next slide. You have to take some ice in a beaker and keep it aside for some time. We will see that ice will melt to form the water. The ice kept in a beaker receives the heat from the sun and from the surrounding air to melt and form the water. Though the ice and water look different, they are both made up of the water molecules. No new substance is formed during the melting of ice. Only a change of state from solid to liquid takes place during the melting of ice. So again, the melting of ice to form the water is considered as a physical change. And after you put it in the freezer, again the water will convert it into the ice. The change which occurs during the melting of ice to form the water can be reversed easily by freezing the water again to form the ice again. Let us keep the beaker containing water in the freezer of a refrigerator. After a few hours, the water kept in the freezer gets cooled too much and forms an ice. The liquid water changes to solid water called ice. Only a change in state from liquid to solid takes place during the freezing of water to form ice, but no new substance is formed. So freezing of water to form the ice is considered as a physical change. So read up to this activity 3 from the textbook. In the next video we will study about activity 4.